Hi everyone, it's Rowan again. Because of the very early start we had to the season, I now have a couple of varieties of potatoes that are ready to harvest a month early. So let's have a look at this one here. This one's called Bloodshot. It's one of my own varieties. Now you may be wondering why I'm harvesting this while the plant is still so green and healthy. This one doesn't really die back much until the tubers are so mature that they start sprouting on their own in the soil. So you just got to wait for about 6 weeks after it starts flowering. This one finished flowering a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, as I said, it's 6 weeks after flowering, so the tubers are ready to harvest now. Now this one was planted in a large pot. I think I've got 3 or 4 plants in this pot. I did also plant some in the ground. All my potatoes this year did really badly in the ground. I didn't do any sort of insect control, no pesticides or anything, and they were just eaten by things that live in the mulch, like millipedes and slugs and other bugs that just ate all the leaves. They were just horrendous. So really, for most of my potatoes, only the ones that grew in the pots grew really well. But anyway, so let's get going and we will cut the tops off this one and see what we've got. I'm going to grow a lot more potatoes in pots from now on because they just do so much better. Now, as I said, this one is called Bloodshot, and it's called that because it has purple and yellow mottled insides which look like a bloodshot eye. It's really weird, but people like it. Tastes good, but it makes the most horrendous looking coloured mash. But anyway, as long as it tastes good, that's all that matters. Right, let's shift you up a bit so you can see a bit more closely when I tip the pot upside down. Okay, we'll put the tag up. Looks like there was 4 tubers. Usually I would plant 2 plants in a pot this size, but this year I planted a few more because I had much better quality potting mix and soil, so I figured there's enough nutrients for more plants. So let's see what we've got. Lots of roots, which is good. Nice size tubers. Oops, you mate. Okay. Let's get this old bucket and put the tubers in. Lots of good sized tubers. I'll take you inside a bit later and show you the inside of the tubers, the flavour and everything else. Definitely these grow so much better in pots. These are quite a bit bigger than they grow in the ground. Oh, look at that one. little baby ones here. Well, looks like that's it. I reckon I might have got about 8 times as much as I planted, so that's pretty good. See, excellent, I'm quite happy with that. And these will go in my shop to sell later on. Okay, so this is the second one we've got today, the second and last one. This one only has a number. I haven't given it a name because I don't know whether it's going to be worth keeping yet. It's number 270. One thing I've noticed with this particular variety is the tubers. I'm not sure if you can see, but the tubers actually grow out of the ground vertically. Well, many of the tubers anyway. Here's another one. This one, I filled the pot up about 15 centimetres after it started flowering, and I started noticing this, and they've already come up that far. It's probably not a good trait, but we'll see what the tubers are like before I make up my mind. Okay, let's get rid of the tops. You can see that this one is starting to die back now. The leaves are getting yellower, but I've decided that to harvest this one today because I don't think the tubers are going to get any bigger. This one flowered at the same time as Bloodshot, so it's ready to harvest anyway. Okay, so we'll tip up the pot and see what we've got. As you can see, there's just so many tubers just popping out vertically out of the soil. I think there was 3 plants in this one, but we'll see. Okay. Well, this is not impressive so far. These tubers here, they just don't look mature, even though the plant is definitely mature. Oh, there's some bigger ones in there. Whoa, look at all these tubers. Not sure if you can see. Look at this. Heaps of them. Nice long thin ones. I'll just see if I can find another pot, bigger pot to put those in. Right, here's a bucket. Well, they may not be huge, but there's lots of them. Ah, there we are. It hasn't been hot, so even though this is sprouting, it's not caused by heat sprouting, which is not a good sign. That means they won't store. There's another one that's sprouting. And non-storing is okay if you're just going to plant a few potatoes every couple of weeks and just harvest and eat them as you dig them as you need. But they're not something that can store. If you don't get frosts and that, you can do that. A lot of people in the tropics do. And it's fine to do that. It's just that it makes it difficult for me to store over the winter. And look at all these little ones coming on. Tubers of all sizes in here. Even though it produces lots of tubers, I really don't think this is a keeper for me, simply because of the early sprouting, which just is going to make it so difficult. Yep. I reckon that's just about it. These last couple down here. Yep, I reckon that's it now. So this is how many I got from 3 tubers. Probably 10 times. So I might just store a few of them, see how they go, but honestly, look, that one's got a full shoot on it already. It's just not worth it for me to keep these. They're just too much more trouble than they're worth. Oh well, you get that when you're breeding your own. Okay, bye bye. See you next time I'm harvesting. The new seedlings from True Seed won't be harvested until at least Christmas time, so all the ones that I do before then will just be some of last year's varieties and some that I keep every year. Bye.